Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Jeff Rubin Show. This is kind of a sad episode because this is going to be one where, just something really terrible happened last week. I don't know if you guys heard, if you follow me online, but Skymall stopped production. There's no more Skymall. So it turns out, well, first let me introduce the guests because now I'm done with my shtick and they're here. So first of all, sitting to my right is Mr. Patrick Cassels. Hello, Pat.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And over here, we have Emily Gordon.
Hello, gentlemen. Hello,
I'm doing a terrible job at this podcast so far. Pat is, of course, from College Humor. Emily from the Indoor Kids. I don't know why.
You're doing great. What are you talking about?
You're doing
fine,
great.
I don't usually start off with shtick, So
I felt like I was going to join the lie if you hadn't. I was going to jump in and also be somber.
I was looking for taps on my phone.
All right, here's what's going on. So I always loved Skymall. Skymall, maybe it's only an American thing. We should explain what it is. Skymall is this magazine that for 25 years appeared just in your airplane seat. When you got on an airplane, there was a copy of Skymall. And it's full of weird, really just kind of crazy, who would buy this stuff. Mm-hmm. But you were kind of a captive audience. And I remember even from when I was a kid, I just I looked forward not to the travel, but I always loved Skymall. And then a few years ago, so here's what's interesting. So that's, I think, not unusual. Here's what makes me weird is I don't know why, but a few years ago I started collecting them, and I'm not weird about it or anything. I wasn't on eBay looking for specific issues.
Would they even be available on eBay?
I don't know because I never went down that road. But when I did take a flight, I would take a Skymall off of the airplane, and I just kind of got in the habit of that. And I got some of my friends in the habit of doing it too. Sarah and Streeter are pretty good about giving me Skymalls when they fly. And just, I never really looked at them. I just put them on my bookshelf. And then
for your visitors.
So then, and then also keep in mind, a year and a half ago, I moved across the country.
You moved these Skymalls across the country.
I packed a box that was mostly Skymall. And when I got to the other side, when I got here to California, I opened that box. I was what the fuck did I bring this
for?
This
stack of Skymalls represents 20 family photos Jeff didn't bring with him.
Absolutely, they're all burned
from New York.
Also,
we know this come and go.
How do you think the Skymalls felt about being transported, but not on in the pocket of an airplane seat?
Yeah, they're just oh, why are we going so slow?
What is happening here?
That is a cool point, though. These Skymalls, well, I don't know. They probably replace them. Do you think they replace them every day, or have these Skymalls seen tens of thousands of miles?
They say right on them, free copy, take it. We'll replace it, which is great because some people might be ooh, I don't know, should I take it? Will someone else miss it? Oh, good, it says.
Well, in retrospect, that was a bad policy because they're going out of business.
Yeah, so a lot of bad policies.
Why did you print that on there? So it should say, please leave it. We're in the black. We're in the red.
When so when Skymall went down, I was so excited that I have all of them, and people were talking about Skymall online. I was finally my chance. And I posted on Instagram and Twitter and my various social media outlets, I'll tell you about at the end of the show, just a picture of all of them laid out. And I was what should I do with these? I thought maybe someone would have an interesting idea to dig through them and maybe put something. I was if someone has an interesting idea, I'll send them to them for free. Let's just do something with these. And immediately people were don't you have a podcast? And I was right, the fucking podcast. I do have a podcast. So that's pretty much the whole plan is I've got some friends. I got the stack of podcasts. We got some beers. And I say we got a stack of podcasts. We got a stack of Skymalls.
We all got it.
We didn't even get to the beers yet.
And Speak for yourself. I'm halfway through my first one.
This is pretty much it. This is pretty much as much as I had planned.
I like it. It's raw. It's raw.
It's real. It's in your face.
I think at the end of this I'm gonna tear out some pages. I want one of you to lay on the floor, and then we're just gonna sprinkle them down like money onto the other person.
Emily's not allowed to touch the Skymalls. These need to stay in gem mint 10 condition.
I thought you were gonna say American Beauty. It was gonna be some weird, the rose petals.
What are the references? I was thinking maybe Disclosure. I think that's where my money sprinkling reference comes in.
No, you're thinking of Indecent Proposal.
I am thinking of Indecent Proposal.
I once heard how there's 9 versions of that reference. The same thing a lot of people talk about when they're comparing the scars in Jaws.
Yes.
Some people will say that, but some people will say there's a scene in Lethal Weapon where
that's a great
they're
scene.
Comparing them, and they're kind of the same scene, and they're both really famous movies.
Is that in Lethal Weapon 3 with Rene Russo, or does it happen in the first one too?
It's one of the 3. I forget which one. I think maybe it is 3.
It's definitely not.
I think it is 3 actually.
Look, I like Lethal Weapon 3, but Jaws over Lethal Weapon 3, right?
Lethal Weapon 3, clear winner, is what you're saying, right?
Clear winner.
Yeah.
I mean, Lethal Weapon 4, we got a
Can we
conversation on
dig
our
into the
hands.
Skymalls?
Yeah, of
Let's
course,
get
of
it.
Can I
course.
throw
I'm
this
sorry.
out there? I'm seriously considering getting comic book bags and boards for these to preserve them for
Oh,
all
you
of time.
sweetheart.
What do you
Look
guys
at
think about
you.
that?
I
Because
think
this
that's
is
a pretty
probably the
good
last time anyone's going to touch them for a while, but I don't want to throw
Would,
them out.
Emily, would Meltdown Comics buy these? And if so, what's the value of them?
I'm going to go ahead and say with no qualifications whatsoever, probably 25 cents to 50 cents per thing.
Dude.
You know, I can actually tell you why. I do know why. I think I know why I started collecting them, because I was doing stand-up at the time, and
Oh, so many bits come out of here.
well, what's his name? It's bad. Who's a really good comedian from Texas whose name it's very embarrassing I can't think of right now. Very outspoken. Bill.
Jeff Foxworthy?
Bill
No,
Burr?
no.
Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks,
There
thank
we
you.
go.
Bill Hicks used to like go out on stage with like a newspaper and just like open up the newspaper and talk. And I thought it'd be funny if I did that with Skymall. And I did do it once or twice. I did do that once or twice, but like I never did that much. It never became a staple of the routine.
We always have to have a Skymall on your person for that to work.
Yeah,
you know?
well, I do have 25 of them. I was like, better keep collecting Skymalls in case I get back into it.
Oh, so how does this work? Like, we just kind of point out something nice?
Yeah, I think just like if you see something interesting,
Should I
call it out.
describe it in detail? Like,
Yeah.
will people be able to see this on the podcast?
I don't know if you've ever, podcast work back.
I don't
but
know.
You can't really see.
Okay. All right, then I'll be descriptive.
Yeah, please.
Well, you should start. I feel like this is your
No,
rodeo.
I'm not up to anything yet.
This one's kind of pleasant, actually.
Tell me about it.
They're a series of doormats. This is so boring. I'm sorry.
Say it slower.
I didn't pick the weirdest one. They're soothing. And they say there's a whole series of them, which was kind of cool. It says, "Take a deep breath. You're at the lake now." So I think the idea is you put this at your lake. If you're lucky enough to own a lake house.
Yeah. Or a lake mobile home.
And there's a whole series of them. There's Take a Deep Breath, You're at the Cabin Now. There's Take a Deep Breath, You're at the Beach Now. There's Take a Deep Breath. Well, there's Home Now, which is... Anyway, so that's one. That's available for $8,000 each.
You guys
starting
might
at-
know, because you are currently in my apartment, I have a novelty doormat. I own a
saw
novelty
it.
doormat.
Cassette tape, right?
It is a cassette tape, and it says... It's like a cassette tape doormat. Like, the doormat looks like a cassette tape, and it says... What does it say on it?
Oh, I don't even know
Our
that.
house.
It says Our House, thank you. I was like, what's the home song that's on it? It only came in one song, which Our House is a pretty good song.
not bad.
But I needed a doormat, and like, it's hard to find a cool doormat. So I did go looking for one, and that's the one I found. But I just saw on Reddit a good doormat. This is why I love Skymall so much, if that's not clear yet. I saw a great doormat that's like the Final Fantasy menu. So it's like it looks
That's
like,
actually
and it's
pretty
got that
cool.
like blue gradient, like very specifically like Final Fantasy, and the options are like knock, flee, magic.
Your
and
door will
something
get
else.
bullied if you do that.
It's like it's got that big like Mickey Mouse pointer hand
Yeah.
at it. It's very
Those, I
very.
feel like those neighborhoods are looking for like which house they're going to aim.
Yeah,
They're
definitely that one.
undecided. Yeah.
Looks like a nerd game. So I've always been obsessed with catalogs in general.
Which Skymall are you looking at?
have.
Just
I am
which
looking
issue?
at summer 2009 because they're seasonal.
Oh, classic.
And I was really obsessed with the Spiegel catalog as a kid, which was a catalog for businesswomen in the early 90s that you could buy clothes, you could buy stuff for your house, because the idea was you're a businesswoman, you're too busy to go to the store.
Oh, okay.
It's a great idea. So I was obsessed with that because the two things I really like seeing in catalogs are animals and the female models. For some reason, I'm obsessed with like QVC female models and like catalog models because they're so beautiful, but they also look like resigned to their fate.
Animals or
The animals are
women?
fine. The animals have no idea. The women are always like, yeah, I know, it's a catalog. Like they're usually modeling clothes that are intended for maybe a portlier human than themselves.
Yeah, they're more normal.
Yeah.
They're like stock photos, kind of.
Yeah, but they're just like, sometimes it's like, well, here's a special bra for women over 500 pounds, but the woman wearing the bra is not over 500 pounds, and she's just like, yep, this is me modeling a big girl bra.
Yeah. It's like it's B-level modeling, I guess.
It's hard.
in the modeling game.
It's tough, but they are gorgeous ladies. That being said, I just found a really great item from this 2009. This is on page 92 if you're following along at home. This is the Neck Pro traction device.
Can you describe it?
The device hangs from your door frame, and it basically looks like it looks like half of a face mask. I don't know if you've ever seen the thing that you can strap to your head that looks like there's a dick coming out of your chin.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
Everybody's seen that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
So you
about.
can orally please a lady and then fuck her with the fake dick. This is
Yeah,
that.
no, I know exactly what you're talking
but without the dick, because it's an easy to use over door cervical. I can't be right. But yeah, cervical traction device has been upgraded with a fully adjustable door bracket to fit all doors.
So it's like a beneficial noose. It's like a light noose. Can I see this picture?
It looks like a torture device.
It's used at home or away to significantly reduce neck pain due to mild injury or simple muscle tension. You can break the muscle spasm neck pain cycle. It's widely used by physical therapists, chiropractors, and orthopedists for pain management, stretching, and healing. And it comes fully assembled, you guys. Anyone could get this.
Wait, I still get. It does look like a noose. Like it looks like the weakest man in the world is trying to hang himself.
But he really wants to support that jaw.
It's like a little I'm trying to think. Like the thing that I'm trying to think how to describe it so people can visualize. In Big Lebowski when Jesus is doing that thing with his bowling ball to clean it.
It's like that for your head.
Yeah, it's like that for your head. It's kind of just holding up your head.
Or the thing with the fake dick on the chin, obviously, right?
That's the thing. I feel like I have a memory. A lot of kids have memories of if your son walks in on you using that thing, they're going to be scarred for life.
We're done forever.
It's not a normal.
And you guys might have seen
device.
the price, but I think it might be fun to guess the price.
Oh, we should do that all episode.
Yeah,
That's a fun game. $80.
What's your guess?
I'm gonna go higher. I feel like I'm just gonna go $112.59.
Oh my God, exactly. $54.95. This can be yours.
A bargain.
$54.95.
Can I talk about this page? Because this is a Skymall treat. Is every issue has 2 pages devoted to a random movie. It's almost always Harry Potter or Batman, but maybe there's a James Bond thing too.
I look forward to 50 Shades of Grey having this.
Definitely, yeah.
No, I don't look forward to it because it won't happen.
Because there's no more Skymall. Because there's no more Skymall. Even as we're discussing it, we can't. It's just such a fact of life that you can't.
Wow, that was very real. I just got really,
I was
really
just
sad.
The handcuff necklace that you would be able to get, because
Where will you? Where will you
find such? I saw an article that was why Skymall is going out of business, and I almost didn't click on it because I was like, I think I understand, but I'm so interested in Skymall. I was like, I gotta read this.
The Russian con man who owned it is going into hiding.
It was so obvious. It was so not surprising at all. It was competition from people doing anything else. People have their phones and aren't trapped in their seats with nothing to do anymore.
Do you have one, Jeff?
Yeah, no, I do want to talk about this Harry Potter because I think that this is an interesting subgenre of just expensive, useless shit. Is movie memorabilia replicants.
Yep.
So this is this is Hermione's red crystal necklace, and it's just a fucking necklace, exact replica as worn by Hermione Granger.
Jeff, worst boyfriend ever.
Fucking necklace. Happy fucking Valentine's Day.
It's a exact replica as worn by Hermione Granger in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, crafted in sterling silver. So it's kind of nice, but it's also, But then there's also, what's L over here?
I want to guess the price of one of them, though.
Let me give you 3. Lucius Malfoy's walking stick, and this is a snake walking stick with kind of inset ruby eyes.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
And, it's just it's none of it's cheap. It's not... I don't want to ruin the price game too much. It's not super expensive, but it's way more than you'd spend for
a regular ass.
You know who has that walking stick? And I feel like we've all been to enough Comic-Cons to have seen this person, but that kind of alpha nerd who wears a red tuxedo and has a ponytail. And he's
I used to date those guys.
Yeah, and he's not there's certain nerds who are shy or whatever. I think I was kind of more that. This guy is he's really confident. He's probably he's got he's there with a Harley Quinn or something like that.
He's had some martial arts training.
Yeah.
And he talks about it a lot.
And he has a walking stick with a sterling silver head.
He absolutely has Lucius Malfoy's walking stick. That's 100% true.
If you own that thing, it's very impressive because you've stayed a nerd. You're a huge nerd, but also have become very financially successful.
That's true.
I'm good for you.
Or it's a present.
Here's what I don't...
Yeah.
So I'm a nice girl.
No, they have no friends who give them presents.
All right, so Hermione, classic character. Lucius Malfoy, maybe even kind of iconic. At least he's related to Draco. But then there's also Xenophilius Lovegood's necklace. Is Xenophilius Luna Lovegood, or does she have
Luna Lovegood's dad, who had the necklace that I think had the symbols that were important to the final book? There were 3 things that they had to
finally
find.
Crafted with a rotating center bearing the symbol of the Deathly
Wait a minute.
Hallows.
You're wearing it.
So what do you guys think? Do you want to guess some prices for those?
Hermione's necklace, I'm going to guess.
Here's what it looks like.
Which one? Hermione's necklace. Okay.
Not people.
Price.
So it's red.
Hideous.
It's ugly, but it's not garbage. It's obviously it's made of nice materials.
I'm going to guess $69.95.
Pat, do you want to wager here?
I want to go higher again. I'm gonna go $150.
59.
$95. What about the walking stick?
So I'm closer.
Yeah, no, you went over.
Closer. Fuck.
$1.
I forget how this price is right.
Let's just do the
I'm really bad at this.
Let's do the walking stick because I want to move on to non-Harry Potter.
$112.
The walking stick, I'm
Yeah.
going to go $150.
Keep in mind, a wand is hidden inside of the cane.
$3,000.
Priceless.
No,
It's also $95. It's the exact same amount of money as the necklace.
Ooh, so I got that one right. Not that
Yeah,
I'm
because I
keeping
said
track.
150. Yeah, you definitely won that
That's
one.
pretty. That's I assume these jewelry things are. Can I do one? 'Cause
Yeah,
this
yeah.
actually this one. While I'm not a collector like you, Jeff, I do. This is one of the most memorable ones. I think maybe the listeners might remember this one.
Very famous
It
one.
is the Bigfoot, the guys, don't look at the price. This is the Bigfoot, the Bashful Yeti tree sculpture. You remember this one?
Oh yeah. So there's
Yeah.
a whole page in every Skymall that's just like shit to put in your tree.
Yeah.
You know?
Yard and tree sculptures.
Yeah. Do you want to ruin your yard? This is the page for you. But I'll read the description.
I mean,
then.
it's a Bigfoot statue you put in your yard. It's crazy.
I kind of do want one, though. Is that weird?
And you have a yard now.
I have a yard. I
You
could
guys
put one.
you should totally become crazy
How
yard
much
lady.
would that creep people out if they're just like, wait a second, what the fuck is that in that? What behind that palm tree? Is that Bigfoot? Yes, my friends, it is Bigfoot.
You say, oh my god, lady! No, but every neighborhood has that one house that's just like the yard is just, there's way too much stuff, way too many wind chimes in the yard. Like
Yeah.
you could have that
I
yard.
could be those people. Yeah, I could do that. I could see myself. I'm Southern. It happens.
Should I read the description or should we just go right to price guessing? I feel like people might know this one.
I think people. Well, I didn't mean to ruin your description. I just think it's like one of the simplest ones to describe. Like it's just a statue of Bigfoot to put in your yard. Though the one I imagined, he's kind of walking. This is one where he's
There's two,
peeking
yeah.
There's
out.
the walking one.
There's
too.
a walking
I
one,
could-
and then there's the one where he's peeking out from behind. And then I also like the zombie guy who's coming out from the
do
ground.
the-
How is the
I'll do
market
the
for
walking
Bigfoot
one.
statues big enough to support
Two.
two different
Yeah.
Bigfoot? Like, did someone like see the walking one doing well, and he's like, if I made one, where it made him like he was coming out from a tree, I bet I could cut into those sales, get rich by.
And what does that look like behind it? Like, is he attached to the tree? Does he? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I guess the question
yeah, he's
isn't
got, like,
why
his
did
legs
Skymall
behind
go
it.
out of business. It's how did Skymall stay in business
that
for
is
25
ultimately
years?
what we're discussing. That is true.
Okay, so this is the life size. I'd rather do the life size one because it's
Okay.
more fun. The Bigfoot, the Garden Yeti statue, with his characteristically big feet, our over 2 foot tall Garden Yeti will have guessed. This is life size.
How in trouble is the Bigfoot description writer when with his big feet appears in the first sentence?
Okay, so blah blah blah. It's quality resin, hand painted. It's 147 pounds.
147. Wow.
Yeah, and life size. Okay,
I mean,
so
that's like
how much would you pay for
$100
this?
to ship.
This is the life size one, 147 pounds. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
So it's first of all, what is Bigfoot's life size? What is the official?
Good point.
I think it's 7.5 feet high.
Wow.
So this is
That's
7.5
sexy.
feet
No.
high and 130 pounds. So it's like
45
100.
inches
I don't
wide
even
by
know. It's
38
at least
inches.
$100 to ship.
Wait, I'm
not
sorry,
more.
71.5 inches high.
71 and a half is what? just over 6 feet?
That makes sense. That'd be
about
life
7
size. I mean,
feet?
that's
Yeah.
Bigfoot's like he's like a human and then a little bit more. You've seen Harry
He's
and
a
Henderson.
human and a little bit more. Hi. Hi, everybody. We're Bigfoot.
That is the theme song to the Bigfoot show.
I'm going to say $3.99.
I forgot I had to guess. $4.99.
It is $2,250.
Are you kidding me?
That's what it says right there. Look,
That is
the
amazing.
life size one, which I was very clear on
And also, it's $225 just for the delivery
for
fee,
curbside
right?
delivery, right?
Curbside.
Which I would never do because I wouldn't want people to know that I'm getting it.
Yeah, but you're going to put it in that yard. My family went to a yard art place deep in the real weird part of North Carolina, and the guy came out to greet them and went, "Yard art, it looks so real." And that was like a famous thing that now my family says all the time.
great.
Yard art, it looks so real. Okay, you ready for mine?
Yeah.
Okay, this item looks like essentially a basketball hoop with a little pan underneath it, and it is the Bacon Genie. Cooking bacon couldn't be healthier or easier, including cleaning up the greasy mess. Do you shy away from frying bacon because it leaves a greasy mess? Then you'll appreciate the Bacon Genie. It's the healthy way to cook bacon in the microwave. Simply drape up to 12 slices of bacon over the hanger, quotes, in quotes, and input the cook time. No monitoring is necessary, so you can be preparing the eggs while the bacon is cooking. Even better, the grease gets collected in the dish below, so you won't have to drain or dab the cooked bacon on a paper towel. Easy Pour Spout lets you easily discard the collected grease, making cleanup a mess. You could also just drink the collected grease if you
Yeah,
wanted
that's
to.
what I was thinking. Or just like put on some toast.
Yeah,
or
it's a
something.
pretty disgusting looking item if you'll take a
Yeah,
look.
I've seen. Oh, wow.
Bacon Genie.
There's a whole like world of bacon cooking doohickeys.
And egg cooking ones, too.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah. We can't make our breakfast easy enough.
The bacon, I think bacon, it's not the worst thing. I don't know. I don't find bacon to be quite the pain to cook that other people do.
Yes, but if you could buy a device that could help you cook it easier, Pat, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
The liberal use of the word genie. I would, that's some omnipotent thing that's going to make all my
Bacon
wishes come
assistant.
true.
Can we
Yeah.
change it to bacon assistant? All right, how much would you pay for such an item?
I'm going to go pretty low on that one. I think
Yeah,
it's
it seems
just
like
plastic.
a plastic ring.
Yeah.
$30, $39.
$12.
$8, you guys. $7.99.
Whoa, I
This might be the
overpaid.
cheapest item in the entire catalog.
You're
No.
not good at this game, by the way. So on the movie page in this issue, by the way, Harry Potter, Dark Knight Rises, Lord of the Rings, and Hugo.
Oh, what's been that year?
The product from
That
Hugo
3
is
months.
the key. I did not see Hugo, so I don't know what the key
I
is.
didn't love Hugo, and I know I'm supposed to, but I didn't love it. And
No,
I
yeah.
barely
Haven't you always
remember
wanted to
that
own
key.
the key from it, though?
Yeah.
So you could open
Wait,
up.
what's the Dark Knight one? Because that's kind of that's like the
great
rest of those
question.
things are like
That's a good
lend
question.
themselves to doohickeys. The Dark Knights.
That's another thing, though. If you lose the page in Skymall, it's like you're never going to find it again. It's
That's
just
very true.
lost for
It is-
time.
Black hole.
It actually goes away. It disappears. Once you look at a Skymall item, it goes away.
The Dark Knight is the Dark Knight Special Edition cowl, full-size cowl replica with pedestal display.
Like his cowl, his
Yeah.
mask.
Nobody
Yeah.
calls it his cowl. Come
Yeah,
on, guys.
I hate that.
Cape and cowl. It's a cowl. It measures 21 inches tall. It's $395.
Wow.
And then the Batarang money clip, which I don't remember being featured in the movie, but, I guess Batman has money, too.
That's what gave Bruce Wayne away every event. He would reach out to like pay for something and be like, why is there a bat on your money clip?
Do you guys know of anyone ever, have you ever heard of anyone ordering anything from Skymall? Ever?
I actually took home a Skymall catalog about 2 months ago because there were like 2 or 3 items that I was like, I actually need this.
What were they?
I can't remember. I was going through. One
Was
was
it Hugo key?
One was a Hugo key. I think it was like something like a
Jacuzzi suit.
a DVD holder. Like, I think it was
Yeah.
just something that simple. And then there was one other thing. Oh, there was like a bracelet that had like a work of art on it. And I was like, oddly, my mom would actually really like that. And maybe it was just because I was on
it
a
Christmas?
plane.
Was it Christmas time?
It might have been around Christmas time, but I was like, yeah, I'll look into this. And I just sat in my drawer and I was like, I'll look into this. I'm going to order from it soon. But I was too embarrassed to ever actually do it.
You know what's weird about Skymall is, like, you can't, even though they're all impulse purchases, like, you can't impulse purchase them because you're on a goddamn airplane.
Very
like,
true.
You got to, like, take it home and, like, in the sober light of day, be like, I'm going to call and order this. So, what do you got, Pat?
I wish you could put this picture is so funny. I wish you could show it. It's the Brobdingnagian sports chair from Hammerscher Schlemmer.
Schlemmerker.
And it's like a jumbo sports chair. Look at this.
Ooh,
it's
no,
just
that
like-
is impressive.
So it's like a camping chair, you know? It's like one of those camping
But
chairs.
it's
that you-
comically
Enormous.
large.
But yeah, but
Yeah.
you look like a tiny man in it.
Capable of
Particularly
accommodating
this
a
casual sports
Brody. Oh, you know what it is? It's that's a reference to. That's a reference to Gulliver's Travels. The Brody-Beginningans are like the race of people who are really big or really small.
Well done, sir.
Yeah,
very.
Skymall.
What a literary
really,
magazine.
Yeah. Anyway, how much
Like-
you guys?
It's like the Atlantic.
Jumbo sports chair. What are you prepared to pay?
$80.
80.
Is that ET?
I'll pay any amount of money. I need to have it.
125.
150. Emily was
Wow.
closer.
Wow. I thought I was going
Chair
high
is
on that
yours.
The chair is mine.
This is actually you get whatever you guess correctly. So the object of the game is to not win the rounds.
I wish that were true. I absolutely wish that were true. Let's see. I had a couple of. Oh, I always love this.
Functional 2 gig USB cufflinks.
Now we're on the like functional lady stuff, lady beauty products. So you have things like these socks that are soothing relief for bunions, cramps, hammer toes, and just plain tired feet. Looks disgusting. You also have the tank top that eliminates back bulges, which you also have the real underwire bra that is attached to a tank top. That's a good one. Let's see. There's another dog.
These seem like helpful products.
They are, but
for the
I don't think
today's
that they
modern
work.
woman.
I've never worn any kind of like garment that is with a medical. I've never had to wear like orthopedic shoes. I've never worn
Sure.
Spanx or anything like that.
Spanx are not necessarily medical.
No, yeah, it's true. It's true. Trust me, for me they are. I don't even know what that means.
I tried to wear Spanx once, and they were so uncomfortable that I was like, I would rather look less good.
They're
than,
that
I was like,
restrictive.
why would anyone do this? I would much rather enjoy my night and look worse, I guess.
I've seen, for me, Spanx only exist in comedy movies. I've seen them
That's
referenced
true.
in comedy movies like 400 times. I've never. You're the first person that I've ever talked to about Spanx in real life.
A lot of ladies that you and we all know wear them.
Maybe that's the whole point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
No one's
yeah,
gonna-
yeah.
I'm not- that's the whole point.
I
You
just
don't go
could
around
not.
talking to them.
I was like, I'd rather be comfortable.
This week's
overall.
episode of the Jeff Rubin Show is brought to you by Spanx. No one will know. Can we talk about this one? The world's largest write-on map mural? You probably know it, and you probably know it because
I
it's
love this.
identified as a Skymall Classic. It's got a Skymall Classic badge on it. You know, they were like,
important.
we got to call this one out. Everyone
important.
knows it. They're going to be like, why is that in there? Why is it in there? Because it's a Skymall Classic.
You're drunk.
look for other Skymall Classics. That's all I'm saying. I want to know what else is in the canon.
I think that's a really cool idea. I would have loved to. I loved maps as a kid. I would have loved to have had a big one. Also, there's one that you can get that might be a classic. It's just a crossword puzzle, a huge crossword puzzle you can put on a wall. I'm into that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I found a statue of Fernando the Chihuahua. It's Hollywood's new top dog. I think he's the Taco Bell dog, but maybe he's the dog that was in that movie.
What year
Hills
are we
Chihuahua.
looking at here?
I'm still in 2011. So he's
Beverly Hills
the
Chihuahua
Taco-
was earlier than that.
But the Choco Bell dog is like earlier than that.
He's timeless.
I can't tell. It doesn't actually say if he comes with the sombrero that's next to him, but I hope he
Are they
does.
saying this is a reference? Is this like?
They're just saying he's Hollywood's top dog. I don't know, Pat. You tell me.
I bet this did come out when Beverly Hills Chihuahua came out, but like legally they can't reference
right.
the movie. Like it's like the Hollywood top dog that has no legal connection to the film that's out in theaters.
That's absolutely true. You can get a set of 2 of those, just so you know. They give you a good deal on that. So
Here's one of the stupidest products they sell in Skymall, which is really saying
Yeah,
something.
that's true.
The faces for your trees. I think I mentioned this earlier. Do you guys know what this is?
I absolutely
it's like
do.
Nose, ears, and mouths that you, I guess, put on your beautiful nature's tree. You know how Mother Nature's like pretty good at trees, but there's some room for improvement. Like trees aren't quite beautiful enough, and they kind of need like novelty ears, and like trees are nice, and like you want the road you live on to be green.
How do I know if that spruce is a Patriots fan or an Eagles fan?
I want an ent. I want an ent in my neighborhood.
Oh yeah, I thought you were just putting stupid faces on it. You're also making them sports fans. So like this tree likes the Mets, and it's like, please cut me down and turn me into bats.
And it kills the tree. It kills the tree when you do it. Actually, in a couple of weeks.
That is true. The tree will reject it. That's my hope, is that the tree would start growing around it. That would be actually interesting looking.
Totally.
Do we
But that
do
would take
this?
a while.
Let's keep an eye out for something you actually want. I have not seen anything yet that I would actually, not even necessarily that you would buy. Like, I don't know if there's any value propositions in here, but just something that, like, if you got for free, you wouldn't hate.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm sure I can find something of that nature. I'm sure.
11 minutes of silent page flipping,
No dead air.
occasional sipping.
I got this is a great calling all cat lovers for that wall or narrow space that cries out for further proof that you're crazy about cats. Etched with Cat Lady, complete with pointed ears, it looks like an old-fashioned hand mirror, but we hung it using store-bought adhesive hanging strips.
Can we go back to calls out for further proof that you love cats? It's just like, this wall's good, but it's
We don't want to calls out for
in a way it's asking.
It's calling,
for me
really.
to prove my love of
What
cats
does it look
on
like?
it.
What- oh, wait,
It literally just is, it's a hand mirror that has ears on it and says the word Cat Lady, that they helpfully give you some hanging advice. Put it up with adhesive hanging
Oh,
strips.
it's when you look at it.
Maybe you're
you
a
will
kitty
look
cat.
like a cat because your face is framed by cat ears.
That's what a cat lady is. I guess we turn into actual cats. At
I
some
bet
point.
that the crossover of people who buy stuff from Skymall and cat owners, no offense, there's some crossover.
Oh, sure.
I think
Absolutely.
cat owners have it's the same gene that like makes you want to put a little tuxedo and whiskers, makes you want to buy like a Bigfoot.
Absolutely, that's very
doll.
true. Dressing up your cat and getting a Bigfoot sculpture, there's not a lot of distance. I also just found, by the way, the page of lady-centric lady power stuff. That's my favorite page too.
What's there? What are you women hiding from us?
Well, okay, so what you can get is pins that have either 2, 3, or 4 women all wearing dresses, all with little hearts over their hearts, holding hands.
Oh, so it's
'Cause
like
good friends.
I know this one because it's like, well, I think it's for your sister. It's like if you got 2 sisters, you get
Yeah.
the 2 one. If you got 3 sisters, you get the 3 one. If you got
And the
4
instructions say the prettiest one gets the gold one.
That's true. That's
the ugly
exactly
one
true.
gets the bronze
That's
one.
that's how you tell people how they look. There's also a bracelet that says "It is what it is," which is kind of depressing. It is what it is.
What are the jeans? There's a pair of
and also
bad
there's a
jeans
pair
on there.
of jeans lounge pants that are just sweatpants that are made to look like acid wash jeans with a hole in the knee, but there's no hole in the knee. I would actually wear these for funsies.
And those actually, I think some of the I would say that is a mainstream crossover hit because I think those are now with pajama jeans and jeggings. The sort of faux jean market has exploded.
They're in there.
I got one in here that I wouldn't buy, but my parents bought. So we briefly owned real-life seats from Yankee Stadium. When they knocked down Yankee Stadium, my mom, who loves the Yankees, maybe she talked about it when she was on this podcast, my mom loves the Yankees, and they knocked down Yankee Stadium, once-in-a-lifetime chance to own 2 seats from Yankee Stadium.
That's a baller purchase. Cause that's like the kind of purchase you make when you're like an adult, and you're just like, you know what? I'm retired. I got money. I'm buying a Yankee Stadium.
I want to sit in these chairs.
Totally. And you know what? It was kind of cool, and like people loved it when they came over, and people would sit in the chairs. But then it came out that not all of the chairs were actually from Yankee Stadium or something, and there was like this class action lawsuit or something like that. I don't know the details, but they were able, and they did return them for. I think this is a story. I guess I'm missing the details.
Your parents returned them?
Yeah, we don't have them anymore. They returned them
because
for
they weren't authentic.
Yeah, they weren't authentic, so they were like able to return
Were
them.
they still lovely?
That's what I thought. I was like, who cares if they were actually in Yankee Stadium?
I care. That's the whole point, isn't it?
But you can lie to other people, and you can kind of lie to yourself. I mean, honestly, who cares? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sports are bullshit.
Well, it's not even that sports are bullshit, but you can convince yourself. You're like, yeah, these are good.
Enough time goes
Yeah,
by.
absolutely.
I have a good one here. The eye strain these are very funny because I just would love to imagine like the IT guy at your job wearing these. The eye strain reducing computer glasses. They're kind of like Oakley's, but with like transparent yellow lenses.
They look so terrible. They look like blue blockers.
But these are again, you just see like the alpha nerd wearing these, being like, "Yeah, you're laughing at me, but you're gonna have myopia in 5 years. Meanwhile, I'm gonna have eagle eyes."
You know, that is like a market of like non-medical glasses. There is a thing like gamer glasses. Emily, maybe you know of this. Like,
I do.
Pat, you've got no idea what we're fucking talking about. Leave the 10%. But there's like a thing they market for like Major League Gaming and just like high-end gaming tournaments. Just gamer glasses that
people send us gamer glasses.
Gamers,
I have not experienced them to be any different than just. And plus, I wear glasses when I play video games, so then they have to go over my glasses. And
that seems like a problem.
Of course, you wear glasses. You play video games.
Yeah,
Me
exactly.
Too, yeah.
Guys, how much do you think the eye strain reducing computer glasses are?
Oh, that's going to be pricey. $69.95.
$30.
$69.95 exactly. Oh my god!
Are you kidding me? I got it completely right.
There. If this is Price is Right, you get an extra like $1,000.
I really would. Why isn't it? Why isn't this Price is Right? Jeff, I have a question for you. Why isn't this Price is Right?
How did you know?
I did not plan anything.
I thought you'd both go really low on that. I find that to be very much higher than I would
that
thought.
feels like it's got some They could be like, this has technology in it when it really doesn't, and people be like, that seems right. Or grandparents buy that for their grandkids. I don't want them looking at that TV too much.
Yeah. Or if you're worried about
glasses.
if like. I guess if you're thinking about buying it, they got you. It doesn't even matter what it costs.
Good point. Very good point.
Here's one. This is like a puzzle with a $20 bill in it. So
I actually like that. That's really
it's
fun.
a maze game, and you got to guide a little ball through the maze to open it up and get the $20 bill. Like, my grandpa gives me that. I'm like, I have a hammer like 2 minutes, and I fucking like maze games, but like I just don't have. I do not have the patience.
Get that $20.
It's like, I mean,
no,
it's not even that I don't have the patience. It's actually just going to be more fun to get it out the other way.
Grandpa.
Are you? Can you see the $20 bill in the thing?
Yeah, it's like plastic, so you can see it in there.
Cool.
So it's like taunting you.
I did find the pages of all the shapewear that they sell with very conventionally attractive people already wearing it. So it's not really doing its job. Like, they can't show a before and after. Do you know what I mean? Of like, before she used this, but after, she looks gorgeous either way. I want to see someone who actually looks different.
These are all form.
They're compression or like Spanx slimming shapewear. This is compression stuff for men. Men can wear this stuff too.
And how? I mean,
I feel like Bruce Willis is always wearing one of these.
This is.
Do you know what I mean? Look at this picture.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is always wearing compression shirts, I think. Maybe.
Those are triplets. Those are not three different.
This is maybe the most Skymall product I've ever heard of. Exclusive fold and go wooden jigsaw table. Wooden jigsaw table. I fucked it up. Exclusive fold and go wooden jigsaw table. It's a table just for jigsaw puzzles.
Oh, can I say something? I want
that's
that
kind of fun.
100% because my cat keeps taking down my jigsaw puzzle pieces and hiding them around the house. I need I desperately need that.
So what this does, I'm actually...
What an asshole cat
She's
maneuver.
the worst. And she chews on the pieces because then they don't fit.
That's the most to lose puzzle. That's so annoying.
It's the worst.
And it's just like one piece too.
It
and not
always
telling
just
you.
one at a time.
I'm
she'll
coming
just
around
take
on this because let me actually describe it because it's got these fold out wings. So then when you're pushing pause on the puzzle, you close it up, and then it's like, the puzzle won't go anywhere, and then you can carry it around like a suitcase and, move your
Or a
puzzle to the next
masseuse.
room.
What do you mean? They stick to the thing?
Here's my beef with puzzles. I think puzzles are completely obsolete as a way of having fun. Like, I can appreciate in the, 1900s, hoop and stick, like there was nothing to do. Putting together a puzzle might be fun. We have tons of other options.
I
we
take
do not
offense.
need to be doing puzzles
I take
anymore.
offense. The feel of when you actually get a piece to like that little noise that happens when
agree
you get them to stick together. Oh, it's so good.
Puzzles are like filing. It's like homework. It's like clean this mess up for
But
us.
I've seen.
I think I need to leave. I'm so sorry. I need to
think
go.
with Emily, I personally don't do participate in puzzles, but I've been like in a lot of vacation
Participate
homes.
in puzzles.
It's my personal belief, God bless you. But like, I've seen firsthand on in vacation homes and stuff. Just the puzzle, it's a people eater.
Those
will
people
just-
need to get into video games. They need to get into video
But sometimes,
games.
honestly,
Puzzles are
sometimes
the original video games.
when my hands are kind of hurting or my
or
eyes are hurting from playing video games.
Board games.
Board games are good too, but jigsaw puzzles you do by yourself. If I have if Kumail's going out of town for a couple days, I swear to God, I will get a puzzle, and over a 2-day period, I'll just put together a puzzle like an old fucking lady.
What was the last puzzle you did?
I did a puzzle of a bunch of cats
my
fairly
God.
recently, and that one was kind of bought for me ironically because it's such a hilarious.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that I did that I couldn't finish because my cat stole too
Because
many
they bought it
pieces.
for you. They're like, this is a joke. If you're not actually going to do this, right? And then they come over next time, and it's
They're
like,
oh
you
no!
completed it.
Actually, it was my husband that bought me both of the puzzles. And the other one was I think it was Chicago, maybe the Chicago skyline. Oh, it was
the band Chicago.
It was
I
a
got excited.
cartoon illustration of Chicago, but it was like a Where's Waldo because it was a lot of repeating little people. So it was very hard to put together.
Asshole puzzles where they're like,
It was
we're
an
not even
asshole
gonna
puzzle.
show you what you look like, or some of the pieces fit together even though that's not correct.
It was an asshole puzzle, and my asshole cat did steal 10 of the pieces, and I was like,
God,
oh,
that's
fuck
so
this.
funny.
So I threw it away.
Wait, when you finish the puzzle, do you then just disassemble it?
I do. I'm not one of the. I'm not. What am I going to frame it? I don't need to do
That's
anything
why
with it.
My instinct is well, yeah, I spent so much time on this,
Yeah.
right? But I guess at
It's
the
its
same
own
time,
reward.
Have you guys ever done a Puzz 3D? Remember those were big in the 90s?
Oh shit! I forgot about Puzz 3D.
3D puzzles were this fad. Around the time Magic Eye was.
It's like a museum store item.
Yes,
That's exactly right. I've never done one of those. Have you?
My dad or mom bought me one when I was young, or we were at a gift shop or something. I made my parents get me one, and then got bored with it probably after 5 minutes.
That's unfortunately that is often what happens with those things. I'm looking for the vibrator
we're on
that
the
is
same page, I think.
disguised to be not a vibrator. Do you know what I mean? For
That's
ladies,
in Skymall?
they have.
Well, it's like a back massager. Or something.
yeah,
Is that
they'll
what
call it
you're
a back
saying?
massager, but it is shaped like a dick, and you're like, what the fuck else are you doing with this?
That's a plot of Mad Men when there's the
That's right.
relaxicizer,
Yeah.
and it's obviously.
Still happens now.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
My first one I got.
such a
Pat's
prude.
learning a lot about women
I'm
this
such a
episode.
prude.
Yeah, I got one in Walmart when I was a teenager, and I brought it home, and I was like, my mom was like, wait, what is this? And I was like, it's a back massager. And she was like, no, it's not. You're a monster.
Wait, point to everything in the Skymall that's a dildo.
I haven't
gonna
found
go
it
through
yet, but
everything.
they normally do have them, but I'm gonna keep
Is the
looking.
Bigfoot a dildo?
The Bigfoot is a dildo. You can cram that into your
Okay,
vag,
awesome.
and
I
it
knew
will
it.
give you an orgasm.
Here's a weird one. It's not a dildo. Stephen
Hi,
writes.
I'm Jeff. It's not a dildo.
Next.
Stephen writes, I have a pony, CD, and DVD. Deadpan,
good.
surreal, and cerebral. Stephen Wright rocked the comedy scene with his groundbreaking album filled with nonstop, twisted one-liners. Obviously, obviously Stephen Wright's great, and people should buy the CD and DVD. I'm just wondering what it's doing in between the mustache mirror, which is a mirror with mustaches on it. That's what it looks. You
I'm
look
into
at it,
that.
it's like and dress up squirrel magnets. How the fuck did it end up here?
Those are the 3 greatest comedy things I've ever heard in my life. That's the connection. That is weird though, and he's it's not like these things are filled with celebrities or media.
Stephen Wright's popular and loved as he should be, but he's not the most popular comedian of
That was a great album, though.
holiday
I
2011.
gotta find one. I haven't mentioned an item yet in 20 minutes. I've never personally bought a Skymall item, but I did when I was younger. I bought some things from the comic book page. With all the gizmos in it.
Yes, I've done that
which
too.
I feel is a similar. It's like that. This is that for adults.
Absolutely.
Skymall is the comic book page for adults.
What did you buy?
I bought a bunch of the prank. I bought the gum, a whole mess of pranky stuff,
Yep.
gum that makes your There's a lot of gum, like gum that makes like your breath smell like farts, gum that makes your
Everything turn black. Yeah.
And then I got the Charles Atlas thing, which I tried for like 6 weeks, and I thought I was seeing results.
How old were you?
I was.
You were seeing results, really? I
swear to God, I was starting to feel. I don't know. Maybe it was psychosomatic or something. Listen, dynamic tension is the future of exercise. I don't remember. I mean, I was young. I was probably like 10 to 15, younger than 15, probably older than like 9. I don't know. I'm that bad aunt and uncle who has no idea
how old things.
Yeah, like I'm the one who's gonna get my nephew like a teddy bear when he's 23.
I bought in the back of a teen magazine. I think it actually was Teen Magazine. The Get Him system, which is a guide to getting boys.
Wow.
And it was from the 70s. It was all black and white, and they had like pictures of hunks on every other page, and all the hunks were like just the most 70s looking assholes, grown men, 70s, like Danny Bonaducci looking, just staring at you.
Hog from Cotter.
It's exactly correct.
Hair. What's that one's name? Epstein, I think.
Barbarino?
Maybe.
All of them look like that.
The sweat hog.
And all of the advice was just horrifying and disgusting. But and there was also, it came with the secrets of kissing. That was very important to me too, because I didn't know how to do that either. And it was like, if you have glasses, just take them off when the moment arrives. They're like, okay, fair enough. That's good advice. And I wish more than anything that I still had the Get Him system.
I remember there was in a similar, it was like a Skymall, but for teenagers, called Things You Never Knew Existed.
Yes, I love that catalog. That was a great one.
That's another example of like Skymall for kids, but it was it was a cologne that supposedly was like pheromones that would make women go use
Did it
the
work?
irresistible. I never bought it.
Guys, I've located another Skymall classic. It is. I would not have identified this as a classic, but it is the copyright. Copyright is the first character in the description. I'm not making that up. Maybe that's a typo, but there's a copyright signal there. Copyright, quote-unquote, Freedom's Pride wall sculpture by artist Samuel Lightfoot. And this is a sculpture of a big-ass eagle swooping down.
Oh, wow.
If God is indeed, quote, in the details, then this incredible eagle speaks to the American spirit. I don't know if I follow that logic. If God is in the details, then this eagle speaks to the American spirit. It's like, just because you say something doesn't make it
Is
true.
an eagle a detail of God's?
Like, just because a sentence is grammatically true doesn't mean it makes any sense.
It's true. That's absolutely correct.
Each talon and feather is intricately sculpted by artist Lightfoot, cast in quality designer resin, and hand-painted in a three-dimensional work of art that extends more than 8 inches from the wall.
More than 8 inches?
Can I see it? Let me see.
Yeah, it's like a fucking eagle swooping down. It's pretty badass.
It is pretty badass.
I'm interested. How many inches does it extend from my wall?
Yeah, that is
because you don't want people to walk into it. That kind of makes sense.
I mean, yeah, you want to know, this is like 3. This isn't like a flat thing. It does help me picture it on my wall, just like...
Which you are doing right now.
Here's the thing, though. It costs... Well, how much do you guys think it costs?
That's expensive. That's going to be... I'm going to say $240.
I mean, the Bigfoot was...
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm saying $240.
It's on the Bigfoot page, which, by the way...
I'm going to go lower, just in this particular case, just to keep it interesting. I think maybe... 125.
100, but
yes.
Here's the deal. You want 2 or more giant swooping eagles for your wall? Only $95 each. You save $5.
I would want a whole, because they travel together in packs, right? So you want to have at least 5 of those.
I mean, it's a waste of money to only buy one.
It's true.
You want to go in on this with me, Emily?
Camille and I have talked about having. There needs to be ironic dollars that you can have to spend on ironic purchases, and it shouldn't cost real money. It should cost ironic money, that. Like when you buy a Saved by the Bell T-shirt or what have you. That's ironic dollars. That's not. You're not spending your actual money.
You guys have an ironic money budget?
We're trying. We're trying to get one.
Your employer, when they give it to you, could be like, "Here's $20."
Exactly. I have a velvet Michael Jackson painting. Also, so yes,
this one has
you blew the whole $250.
I blew everything on that.
This issue on that very page was the Bigfoot statue, but on this issue it says new life size, and there's multiple sizes of the Bigfoot statue. Was that the case in the last one?
No, it was just 2 different types.
This
I don't think it
Bigfoot
was multiple
statue
sizes.
You get medium, large, or life size. I guess they phased out the medium and large. Even though the medium was $90, the large was $125, and then the life size, a bit of a jump at $1,500.
Wait, so they then raised the prices later? Because the other one we saw was like $2,000. They must have raised
the one. It's a Bigfoot.
That's just basic supply and demand, Emily.
I guess that's true. What am I thinking?
Are you sure it's the life size one?
Well, yeah. This is the life size one's $1,500. Look at this. But the other, you can get a much cheaper one.
Weird.
But they were like, people are buying.
That's
the
bullshit.
19.5-inch Bigfoot. They're scratching the itch. if we get rid of that, they'll buy the life size.
That's a good point.
That's like a 100% price increase. This one is really, really funny looking. The Skyrest travel pillow. I've seen it
in
before.
every single
I
one.
love that
I've seen
one.
it 3 times today.
This is a really funny
so
photograph.
it's like a big ass pillow that sits like when you fold out your tray table, right?
Yeah, this guy is just so adorable.
Can you describe it for the folks at home?
It's like a big big wedge shaped pillow that you put on your tray on a airplane, and it's like kind of at a 45-degree angle and really high up, so you can just sort of like basically sleep face. If you just kind of lean into it and put your head down, you could sleep on a plane. But the photo is just very funny because it's like this 55-year-old guy just like
55 is the perfect description.
That's
of how
exactly
old that man
how old he is, yeah.
He's 55.
just out like a light on this turquoise blue.
Yeah, but he's got a
looks so
slight smile on his
uncomfortable.
face because he's finally resting.
What is
you know?
that?
Yeah.
It's like a little kid like falling asleep like on their mommy, like while holding on to their mommy, you know, just
Yeah.
Or like a monkey,
just like
yeah.
draped over it.
I'm very self-conscious sleeping on planes. Which
Me
is
too.
But I really I try not to be.
What are you
because
self-conscious about?
I don't know. Well,
I don't like sleeping in front of other people in general.
I think
That's part of my
I don't know.
thing.
Like I'll snore. I'm afraid I'm gonna start snoring, or like a lot of times because I don't have like one of those neck pillows, so I'll like start to do that.
Oh, I'm sure we
And
can.
that, like,
I'm sure we can remedy that problem if we keep flipping through this issue.
It's inflatable. Because I was gonna say, how the hell do you get this on a plane? It's like a piece.
Now you have to sit there and blow it up. What
Yeah,
are you
it's
weird?
pretty big.
What are you
It's
doing? That's
pretty
terrible.
big.
Yeah, that is a huge item.
Like picture something that has. I mean, I know it's not a ton of room between you and the seat next to you. I mean, I don't know if you've heard a stand-up comedian lately, but there's not a lot of room in airplane seats these days. But still, like that's a lot of air to put out of your lungs and into a balloon.
While you're like flying, yes.
This is a weird one. It's a lot of like you know how like dust masks have become like a thing to wear more in the last like 10 years.
Dust masks are in.
They are. They're fight germs with fun, decorative mask covers. Flu season, air pollution, allergens, travel, chemotherapy recovery.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Or the health ones are kind of funny because it's like, you know how we're all going to die someday?
You know how cancer is coming for all of us?
Spend $30 and hold it off for another week.
Maybe.
What are the designs that I can get on my dust mask? Because the dust masks, you know, I consider them. It ruins my fashion. You know, it's ruining my steez.
It's true. The ordinary white ones. I
Yeah.
need more flavor. I need more variety.
It is interesting. I've been watching a lot of Shark Tank, and it is interesting. Like I kind of hear where they're coming from on this. Like there are a lot of like people are wearing those.
Yeah.
So like you know they want to be like it's part of everyday life. They're gonna want to be fashionable with it. I am. So what are the designs? American flag is not what I would have guessed.
No, not at
The
all.
only ones in the image, the only ones when they first of all, I think you can do custom designs.
Oh.
So you can have Jeff Rubin Show podcast
Over
on
your
there.
mouth.
That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Mouth. I want like I want like the Joker mouth with like the scars coming
Ooh,
out of.
yeah.
That'll be.
That'll be on the Dark Knight pages.
That's
That'll
what
be
the
what
kid
that
with
is.
the cane wears at Comic-Con. And then the ones on here, there are American flag and peace sign.
It would maybe like a
Peace
robot
sign?
mouth one. Like I've got like a speaker mouth. You know,
Very
like,
creative.
Somehow I'm a robot.
Or you could do Bane too. That Bane's actually a really good one you
Bane's
could
good,
do.
yeah.
I want Calvin pissing on a Red Sox logo.
I can get you that.
Keep in mind whatever you're wearing is like over your mouth. It's like so front and center on your face.
Very front and center on your
It's a
face.
little suspicious that the ad doesn't actually show someone wearing it.
That is true. Because it gives you cancer. They forgot to mention that part.
Man, this pillow is in every one of these issues. They must have sold it.
Well, I think because the people are on the plane, that's when you get them, is when they're super uncomfortable and they're like, I just want something.
Another Skymall classic. Hide the litter box inside a handsome piece of furniture. That's all I had to say.
That is all you have to say. I actually own one of those, not that one specifically, but I found a website called like Modern Cat LA that makes what looks like mid-century modern furniture that actually holds your litter box. Because I was like, yeah, it's gorgeous. It looks like
did
a
you buy
lovely
anything?
yeah. I bought a quite expensive side table that holds my cat's shit,
Wow.
and it's got little
that's-
hooks inside. It's adorable.
How did you discover that website?
I was looking for on Pinterest fashionable ways to hide cat shit, and that's what I found.
That's that's like
There
that,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah, it was-
Speaking of Shark Tank.
A little expensive, but there it is. I found the passenger seat office for your car. It's a workstation that straps to the the passenger seat of your car.
Oh, I know this one.
With the existing seatbelt and provides a non-slip writing surface, a hanging file section, and space for a laptop and accessories.
So this like turns it's like a lunch table tray for your passenger seat that turns it into table space.
So you know how you need to file while you're driving around, right? That's obviously incredibly important. They've added the convenience of
you know you have to file ever because you have so much paper in your life now.
Well, if you're driving around, you probably do have a bunch of paper. 400 watts of 110 volt power to our standard non-skid auto exec. That's what they call it. It's all you need to power a laptop, a printer, a cell phone, and a DVD player. It comes with two three-prong AC outlets and a cigarette lighter adapter. This thing is the state of all traveling salesmen and people who are representatives that have to go to different places. This is what they're using.
Is that? It seems price-wise. Are we guessing price?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go higher. I think I'm gonna say $200.
Okay. Well, the non-skid auto exec that has a power inverter is $350. The Roadmaster auto exec, just basic, that doesn't have any power adapters, $180, and then just the printer stand, $80.
Oh my God! You're gonna put a printer in your car?
Yeah, you're gonna have to put a printer in there. You have to print things.
Like you're set. I feel like you're the car dealer. You're like, honey, we should get it.
We should.
She's right.
She's right. It's $80. It's security for the future.
I found something in here I found something I own.
No shit.
Yeah, it is the world's best emergency radio. After we experienced our first,
I have one of those too.
We experienced our first earthquake in LA, and it occurred to me that if there's an earthquake, like if there's any sort of emergency, and this happened with Sandy in New York too, like I'm dead. I'm basically.
You don't
dead.
have an earthquake kit? I have a huge earthquake kit now.
I don't. I
don't.
I bought some water that I put away.
Mm-hmm.
I bought like 3 gallons of water. I bought some food, like dried food, and I bought this radio, and that was it. Like I'm not going crazy with it. It's just like I can survive for 2 days, and after that, we're all dead anyway.
Ooh, gotta listen to that radio.
Can I have your earthquake stuff?
No, I'm bringing it to.
Why?
Because things happen in New York.
Fault line.
They have emergency. They have
all
national
the time.
Disasters in
You
New York.
said it was an earthquake preparedness kit.
So let me tell you about the radio though, because it is pretty neat. So what this radio does is it's a radio, but it runs off batteries or solar or a hand crank.
I love the hand crank.
And it's got a flashlight and it's got a USB charger. So it really solves a lot of problems.
It really does.
So
actually, I'm kind of intrigued now.
yeah, it's you buy it. It's $60 there. I think I spent $50 on it, which is a lot for something like I'm hoping I never use.
Sure.
Right? I certainly haven't used it yet. It's like still in the box over there. But it seemed like a reasonable purchase.
The funniest thing is that's right below the voice-activated R2-D2. So I love the idea of someone being like, well, this would protect me and my family, but damn. Voice-activated R2-D2.
It could just go get you something.
And then cut to just the apocalypse. And it's like, shit!
We did have that voice-activated R2-D2 at College Humor, too.
We did?
Yeah, it's in we bought it. You know, it's funny. We actually bought it and never used it, and it was always for Bleep Loop and Nerd Alert. It was like the plan B. Like, if what we were actually doing
That's
broke,
right.
we're like, well, we always can fall back on the R2 rate thing. We never had to break it out, but it's in the background of, like, I don't know, a lot of the episodes.
That's really, really funny.
$200. Way more than the radio.
I'm a big apocalypse preparedness girl. I have a lot of I have a bunch of apps on my phone that are designed to work with there's no Wi-Fi and can get me around and can I have first aid stuff at all points in time. I'm a big believer in like earthquake preparedness. My dad is always like that too. And I had a weird dream at one point and ended up buying my entire family one of those things that breaks your car window and then also slices your seatbelt.
Oh, I've seen those.
For when your car is drowning.
That is a total Skymall.
Yeah, for when your car's drowning. They're like, and I will say, for all you listeners out there, they're like $11 each. Just buy one for your car, buy one for your parents.
Someone is listening to this podcast drowning in their car right now. Like, oh,
I wish I
I'm
thought
such
of
an
it.
idiot.
Just buy it.
So if there's some apocalyptic event in LA, and can I just run to your guys' house?
Oh, 100%. Come on down. We got everything.
Saturday.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But come on down.
When Sandy happened in New York, I have this really clear memory. Now that we're talking about natural disasters, I went to the grocery store right before Sandy because hurricanes are a little different from earthquakes because they're coming.
They go a long time too.
Yeah. And I went and it really was insane, and it did influence my decision to buy more emergency stuff because the grocery store that was by me just heroically staying open, and I remember people walking through the aisles, muttering to themselves, just being like, "Oh, fucking Bloomberg." Well, it was that's what crazy people do. That's what you do when you're crazy. It was people were just talking to themselves and talking about Bloomberg and shit. It was crazy people everywhere. And so now I own 2 MRE bars, so we're ready to go.
Got that going for you.
Yeah.
These people are crazy. Anyway, I have 8 years of worth of soup that I'm currently looking at
of
right now.
Skymalls.
We should all, oh, by the way, everybody, another tip: keep cash in your house. You never know. Shit goes down. You're not going to be able to use that card.
I'm
They'll be like,
imagining
Or gold,
I'm
right?
imagining
Keep gold
the
in your house.
situation is
Isn't
such that,
cash-
like, cash.
Fill up your bathtub, right? Fill up your bathtub, I've heard.
Fill up your bathtub.
After 2 days, like, the cash is. I am imagining I can get through, like, I have to hold tight for a few days. After that, it's like Walking Dead, and it's all over.
We're all
for me.
done,
Like,
yeah.
If it's at the point where, like, the banks have failed and, like, credit cards don't work, like, it's over for me.
Well, that's when you're just trading your butthole for various things. You
Here's
know?
a fun one, guys. MythBusters talking bobbleheads. They have the whole. And they have the whole. It's not just Adam and Jamie here. They have the whole crew. They have Adam, Jamie, Carrie, Grant. That white
Cary
dude.
Grant?
Cary Grant, who had a brief. That weird guy with the shitty facial hair.
Here's some video games, and the video games they have are Kitten Corner, Puppy Playtime, and Hotel for Dogs, all for the Nintendo DS. I actually would purchase the Hotel for Dogs Nintendo DS game.
What do
given
you
the
do in
opportunity.
the Hotel for Dogs
Well,
DS
it's based
game?
on the hit movie. That
Okay.
seems optimistic. The dogs run amok, and now it's up to you to keep them from the pesky dog catcher.
Oh, I got to
I
keep
mean, it
those
sounds
dogs
like
away.
the dog catcher's doing his job here. The dogs have run amok. That's the only other thing I know about
We
it.
got to get on a muck happening.
Yeah.
This is weird. It's like a Christmas tree, but like for people who don't like tree, it's like not even an artificial Christmas tree. It's just like an ornament hook.
Ooh, that looks gross. I don't like that at all. It does, in fact, look like a coat rack, like a coat stand that is shaped like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Oh, actually, the point of this is showcase treasured ornaments on this metal tree you can use year round. So they're claiming this is like, isn't that ruining the point of Christmas?
It definitely is. And also, look how bad the ornaments look hung on that thing. That's very tacky. I'm going to go ahead and go with tacky for that one.
That's a Carmela Soprano thing.
Yeah, that's not okay. Let's see. What else do we have?
Canine genealogy kit.
Okay, I'm on board for that.
This puzzle bit thing also kind of cool about it. Probably good for board games.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll buy the puzzle table. Here's like the
It's $150.
The DVD section. I did buy that coffee table that is over there because I was deciding between two coffee tables, and I was like, this one will fit a 6-player game of Catan. That one won't. That's the one I'm getting.
Good priorities.
They really should be exploiting that more, furniture people. I would
Listen
say.
to the movies that are for sale on the DVD page. Toy Story 1 and 2. Perfect. The Princess and the Frog. Sure. Planet 51.
Okay.
The Biggest Loser. Star Trek: The Original Motion Picture Collection. Up in the Air. What year is this from?
That one I get
2010.
because that's such a.
Well, there's
air
some weird
travel
ones
movie.
like Dirty Dancing and the Russell Crowe collection, which has 310 to Yuma. Also, Ponyo.
Ponyo.
There's a Miyazaki collection with Ponyo, Spirited Away, and Mononoke.
Okay, that's a pretty good
Yeah,
collection.
I wonder who curates this movie selection. It's
where
very
are these
random.
coming from?
Yeah. Just some whatever the guy has. Probably like whatever they made too many of in Tokyo, you know, and like have.
Yeah, they gotta
you know,
offload them
overstock.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
a classic that would be great if I ever had a use for it. The All Corners brownie pan.
I really love that. I bought that for my brother-in-law for Christmas this past year.
So it's like a brownie pan
Does
that
he
looks like a
love?
maze.
Is he a notorious corner piece?
He loves
fan?
a corner, and also he requested it. I'm not going to buy him that out of the blue. That's a weird thing to buy someone.
No,
out of the
no.
blue.
I mean, if it's like it's kind of sweet if it was a thing in your family, like he loved the corner pieces.
Yeah. So it's a brownie tray, and
If not, it's
it
weird.
only makes it looks like a maze. It looks like a snake.
Yep.
So all the pieces are cornered.
It curls around.
Brilliant.
How much?
Oh, that's like
$3,000.
Yeah.
Well, here's a question. Here is a real question, though. Now that Skymall goes under, like, how do we get all these things?
yeah. Where's
you
that
know?
stuff going? Is it going to Amazon and then coming to my house? Most likely.
It kind of is a shame. Like, I feel like I wouldn't know how to. I would never know what website to go to find this. I'm sure there's a way to find this table,
Yeah.
this puzzle table.
Well, that's
but
actually what I've done in the past. Is I've gone to Skymall. This is terrible. This is why they're out of business. I've gone to the Skymall magazine. I've seen something, and then like the brownie pan. I then Googled brownie pan. That's all corners.
Yeah.
Found it at Amazon and
For
bought
cheaper.
it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even it's cheaper. It's just like I'm gonna buy from Amazon because I do that all the time, rather than buy from Skymall.
That's true.
who
Skymall
I-
executive hearing this single tear
just like,
rolling down.
why?
Yeah. The article mentioned how, like, the final nail in the coffin was when they let people start using their phones during takeoff and landing.
You're
'Cause,
like, now there's no
You
reason.
use small electronic devices, and, like, you could just imagine the Skymall lobby was working real hard against that.
It's
like,
so unsafe.
trying to get the set, just that. I mean, if that's the thumb in the dam that's like holding all the water back, is that like for 5 minutes people are still trapped with nothing
They
to
should
do
have
but read
seen.
Skymall?
If you're a good businessman, you got to like pivot and be like, okay, we're losing this thing, but like we still have the name.
Yeah.
What can we do? Maybe we can become like manufacturers of something and like
Sure.
use our existing brand recognition. And now I don't know.
I mean, it could have been a
else.
website that like only sold like. I'm sure there are websites that like collect this shit because like it is fun to look through it, and there must be like a website that collects it. and
If I saw, like,
it could have been Skymall.com.
If I was looking at like brand, like if I was comparing 5 brands of like, let's say, just pick this thing, receipt scanners, and I saw 3 competing brands, and one was,
by the way, the receipt scanner is next to a receipt monster.
The receipt monster is pretty cool
That is,
looking,
yeah,
actually. Yeah,
I know.
I'd buy the receipt monster.
I know. I did see that. I was like, "Oh, awesome, cool papered monster!" Like, oh man, it's just
There's
like
some creativity going on there.
Sorry.
Like people are
But
working
this is
on
not
this.
for sale though.
Nope,
That's the
not
sad
for
thing.
sale.
Only the
I
boring
interrupted you.
thing.
What were you saying
No,
about
no, no.
the scanner?
For justifiably so. This is
Yeah.
amazing. But if I saw 3 competing receipt scanners and one was like Skymall brand, I might be inclined to like. I
You
bet
think
you
so?
old people. Well, maybe old. If I was an old person, I would. And old people matter.
And old people do matter. That's true.
That's why you got to buy your grandma the cancer-reducing soda. I made that up. That's not a real one. But
Let's do one more. Let's do one more. How much does this cost?
Okay.
Emily, you got
let's see.
one?
I have a couple of things. Let me see.
I already found mine.
If you found yours, go, because I had one and then I let it go.
Just 2 words I'm going to give you guys. Pierogi ornament.
I've seen what that looks like. It looks like
Is
a
it an
fortune
ornament?
cookie, weirdly.
Is it what? Is it just? Is it? That
It's
simple?
exactly. Our finely crafted and tastefully decorated ornament is sure to become a family heirloom. That has nothing to do with pierogies.
That's like a really big claim. Like, it's sure to become a family heirloom. Not just something you'll love, but something that we pass down through generations.
But I could definitely, in my family, I could definitely say becoming the thing where it's like, oh, like, who gets to hang the pierogi ornament?
My family, that's all we do is take the trashiest, dumbest shit, and
Yeah.
then that becomes our memories. I think that's a great idea.
I'm just saying, sure to become a family
no,
heirloom
it's
is like a
fair.
really big claim for a pierogi ornament.
Let's get some price guesses here.
Oh,
Can I
ornament.
see it? It's really just that. It's an ornament. Oh wow! It looks
I see it?
like it's made of brass. Is that right? Or is it like
okay, yeah. It looks like an empanada to me.
Yeah.
That's
It's
all
made
I'm
of
saying.
glass, not
it's made
brass.
of glass? Glass
What
pierogi
the
ornament.
hell?
3 and
Got a
3 and
pierogi of
3/4
glass.
inches high, 1.5 inches wide.
$18.
Oh, that's good. $24.95.
$8.95, guys.
Wow.
If you're willing to pay that much, just to steal.
I didn't say I was willing to pay that much. Didn't say that.
I've never purchased a Christmas ornament in my life or a pierogi. So
What do you not have a mother?
I had no basis here.
You got to buy your mom that Christmas ornament. That's her favorite thing to get.
I think when you buy Christmas themed presents for Christmas, it's kind of bullshit. It seems there's something a
Yeah,
little
you're right.
weird about it. Like, I mean, I think ornaments. I guess ornaments are okay because when else would you? How would you ever acquire ornaments? I guess otherwise. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Someone made Kumail and I an ornament of the two of us sitting and playing video games, and it's
lovely.
like a little. And I was like, "This is the most touching thing," and I hate that I have to put it away for most of the year.
Is
You
it
get that ornament
Is
hanger.
it like a drawing, or is it like
No,
a resin?
it's like a resin, like little
That's
tiny.
legit.
It's really adorable. It's really, really cute.
Wow.
I think it was done by Andrew Nixon. I remember the name. We had a contest a couple years ago. Okay, I'm going to go with. This is my final product.
I'll give you $30 for that ornament.
This is the Sub-Zero warm breath mask. Now, is it a reference to Sub-Zero?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly.
Because it kind of looks like something that the video game character
I guess my
Sub-Zero
bigger
would
question is, what is a warm breath mask?
Let me explain. This is the fleece mask preferred by high-altitude mountaineers and Antarctic scientists because it humidifies and warms winter air for comfortable breathing. A special ventilation chamber lets wearers inhale full, unhindered breaths while trapping a small amount of heated, humid exhalation. So it uses your warm breath to heat the breath, what you're breathing in. The result is a comfortable, fully oxygenated microclimate inside the mask with up to 80% humidity and temperatures from 40 to 60 degrees warmer than the outside air.
Few things about this. One is even though it does kind of look like Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat's like the face piece of his mask,
Yeah.
I'm going to guess based on the fact it's used by outdoor enthusiasts and Arctic scientists that it is not a reference to the video game.
Well, maybe not. Maybe it's like a double entendre for them. Maybe.
But then
Yeah.
the other thing about that, and that the reason it strikes me as an odd Skymall inclusion, is because that's not an impulse purchase. Like, if
No.
you are someone who knows that the air is too cold to fucking breathe, like, you'll just go out and buy that. You're not, like, waiting to hear about it on an airplane.
And you
by
know what?
chance.
And at that point, I would.
Like, if I'm going to Antarctica, like, I'm gonna do the research on, like, if
Beforehand,
the air is
absolutely.
breathable.
And also not buy the one from like the sort of novelty catalog.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I
there's,
don't
like,
know if I trust this. There's
Yeah.
definitely some people who make like Polar Express. Is that a company? Maybe. That
a
makes
great Robert Zemeckis movie.
Exactly. Make stuff specifically for this kind of journey. And I'm not maybe going to get it from Skymall, but how much would you pay for such an item? What a sad looking
So it
gentleman.
has moving parts. It's a machine-based thing.
I don't even think it is. I honestly just think it traps your gross hot breath and makes you
$40.
smell it over and over again and taste it.
That is correct. That is what that thing does. I can
Yeah.
tell from here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say $19.95.
Both of you are wrong. $59.95. It's a little more
Remember when
sophisticated
you
than you
got
thought.
the one exactly right? What was that again?
God, that was
Which
a
one did
great
Emily
day.
get exactly right?
That was a great day. None of us remember.
I don't know, and I'm not going to find out because we're recording this Monday night. Like, as soon as you guys walk out that door, it's going right
out.
to the internet.
All right.
Like, no one's like, so listeners, let us know what we just said a half hour ago.
I hope you guys are having a good Monday night.
So yeah, thanks for going through. I mean, so what do you guys think? Like, I'm pretty serious when I say I'm considering bagging and boarding these. Like, I might save them forever, and like, not because I think it's my retirement plan, though maybe, but because I think it'll just be like I can do this like once every 5 years, basically.
Yeah, because I want you to have access to them because it's like you don't want to keep them all penned up. They want to be looked at.
It's kind of neat to have them now that like you can't get them anymore, right? Right?
And
I'm cool.
Yeah,
And actually-
yeah, you're cool.
Thanks,
And seriously, like I think like, if I were like, now that Skymall is out of business, there's no immediate replacement for Skymall. Like there's no I'm sure you could still buy all these things because they all are made by independent companies, but there's no one-stop shop for all of them. So except your apartment.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe you can be the Skymall for Skymall catalogs, and you can list little descriptions of what's in each catalog and sell them off to the highest bidder.
If I can hold on to these for 20 years and then like scan them and put them online, they're gonna be incredible. Like,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the computer stuff, like the computer stuff from 2011 is kind of funny now, but
Yeah.
in 20 years when it's like 2 gigabyte USB cufflinks, like, do you know how funny that's gonna be
That
in the
is
year
gonna be hilarious.
2035?
Yeah, it's
When we're all
great.
fucking robots with cybervision and shit. Cybervision.
Or it'll be like this Skymall will have been proven totally right, and we'll all just be like using every single one of these things, and like they knew it. They knew we needed all of these things. I'm wearing 8 different types of wearable computers.
I want to look just what is the receipt being scanned? This is a cover item, by the way. I wish Skymall had a centerfold. You know, like you could, like,
that would
flip
be
it out
hot.
and look at the anyway.
Yeah.
This. I'm just curious, the total being scanned by the receipt on the cover of Skymall is a receipt for $880, which I think says it all about Skymall.
Maybe got a Yeti, one of the Yetis. One of the lesser
One
Yetis.
of the lesser
One of the
Yetis.
lesser
Yeah, you're barely getting a 1/2 life size at that price.
Perhaps it was 8 eagle statues, though I guess if you're buying them in bulk, you can get up to 7.
You could get up to 7. Oh, limit of 7,
I
though.
earned it up to 9. I did the joke wrong. All right, let's wrap it up then. So thank you so much, guys. Emily,
Yes?
of course, from the Indoor Kids. Should we plug anything else?
The Indoor Kids podcast I'm the producer and booker of a stand-up show called The Meltdown with Jonah and Kumail. That's all I can say.
Interesting. Pat, can you say anything?
CollegeHumor.com, obviously, as always. And also, I've said this, the live College Humor Live, if you live in the LA area, which is moving to Saturdays.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
At UCB Sunset. So different, new theater, new night.
I'm excited, 1, to see what they've done with that show in New York, and 2, to come back and see it here.
Cool.
And also, I have a plug that I can mention while you guys are here, which is that, and this is going to be fun, we shot a bleep bloop, Pat and I, and Dan Klein and John Gabers. We got the band back together.
It's true.
One last thing I had to do before I left California, and we made a bleep bloop, and it's going to be on College Humor.
I wish
tomorrow.
you don't want to say anything else about it, right? Keep it mysterious.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
No, we'll keep it mysterious.
It's
We're all completely naked.
No, it's I don't want to
Now
tell
I'm
people,
watching.
Now we've hyped it
Now
too
I'm
much.
on board.
It's Duck Dynasty theme, but it was a really fun. We played the Duck Dynasty game. And
Oh, my God.
It was real fun to do.
It was great.
Yeah,
great episode.
so fun to
Couldn't
do
have
a
imagined a
flip
better
again.
episode to end on.
So that's going to be up now, and go check it out. And anything else, guys?
I'm at the Dynamite on Twitter.
Ooh, good call, Twitter.
Yep.
Pat.
I'm at Patrick_Castles.
Very important.
And-
Some bastard Australian lawyer got the real one.
Oh man, I just got Jeff Rubin on Medium.com, and I was like real excited about it.
That is very
Got
exciting.
In your
Surprising,
face, oil
too.
economist Jeff
Ooh, I
Rubin.
should get mine if it's not taken already.
All right, thanks,
Don't
guys.
fuck! I gotta get it tonight because you're gonna post this.
I'm gonna save my social media stuff for the outro because if I don't want to do it twice, and if I say it now, I won't remember to not say it in the outro. So I'm gonna put it in my pocket. You guys are gonna be hearing. You're like, where do I follow Jeff?
No, just go ahead and
hang
tell
on
me
30
now.
seconds.
I really
Tell
hope you
me
forget
now.
to include it entirely
That would
now.
be so great.
Because this would be so funny in
Very
retrospect.
possible.
Yeah.
Very possible. Thank you guys so much for doing this.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you for having
Bye.
us.
That is it for this week's Jeff Rubin Show, the last episode that I will be recording in Los Angeles while I live here. I'm sure I will record more Los Angeles episodes in the future. Fascinating trivia, just fucking fascinating footnotes, really making it worth making you listen throughout the episode. Well, let me just not waste much more of your time and get right to what you're listening for, the Twitter handle. I am at Jeff Rubin Show. You can also find me at jeffrubin.com. That's where my Tumblr blog is. I have a Facebook fan page. I got, what else? A YouTube page. Maybe we'll try Skymall again once we got video up and running. You can start subscribing to that. Start getting yourself ready at youtube.com/Jeff Rubin. Don't forget to go to College Humor to check out the new episode of Bleep Loop. So fun to say that. The new episode of Bleep Loop. We got one. That is it, but we got one. So go check it out. And I guess that's it. I'll see you guys in New York.